children, right?
Yeah.
Having children is a very hard job.
Yeah.
Mothers, I don't think we respect mothers enough in
Not
society.
easy mode.
No, it's one of the it's a very physically, mentally, emotionally hard job.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really is. I respect mothers. I really do. It's really important, and that's why Myron and Walt do this show. What they're doing and what they've been doing for the past 2 hours, hour and a half, is pointing out the reality of the world. I don't think that makes you ladies bad people at all. Your experience is going to be a little different, and it's also going to tie into some primal things that you actually want, like having children, right?
Yeah.
Having children is a very hard job.
Yeah.
Mothers, I don't think we respect mothers enough in
Not
society.
easy mode.
No, it's one of the it's a very physically, mentally, emotionally hard job.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really is. I respect mothers. I really do. And I think that if we could champion mothers a little bit more, maybe a lot more women could find themselves in a place where they could be a mother.
So there was
this guy.
There was another survey that came out that showed that 83% of women said that if they could, they would have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother.
I would say
83%.
Everybody on this panel
these are women who did not. They're not surveying women who are stay-at-home mothers.
Yep.
But in general, that they have a partner who is able to provide enough for them. This goes against what you were saying about we want women who make as much money as us, and they don't care about money. 83% of these women who were surveyed, and these women were not stay-at-home mothers. They said, if given the choice, would you have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother? 83% of them said yes. That's 1.5 standard deviations. That's pretty
we ask that question right now.
I want to say one thing though.
I want it.
Being a mother doesn't mean laying everybody getting fucked. It means after you have the kid, are you actually doing motherly duties?
Yeah.
Can we ask that question right now? Because I want to see why they said no, they wouldn't want to be a stay-at-home mother. I want to know why they said that.
I have to get the whole thing that I'm
83% they would rather be a stay-at-home mother, but they didn't have the ability to because the partner didn't make enough money for that to happen.
I think that's just the way the nature of women are. Like men, okay, y'all provide it, and the woman wants to be home nurturing. Yeah. Like that's just the nature of it. Yin and yang. I even said this the last time I was on here. Like I feel like there is roles and everything. Like, I mean, I'm not going to take away from anything else other than the fact that it's like, you guys, like as guys, y'all aren't able to breastfeed. Y'all aren't naturally adept at cooking and cleaning and things like that. That's why I said naturally adept. Some guys can.
Sure.
But, it's just the yin and yang. That's why 83% of the women is saying, yeah, I'd rather be home doing exactly what I'm built to do. Yes.
I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to say that the stats are saying that 83% of women would rather stay at home than be in the workforce.
Supposed to do.
Now, the very fact that I made that statement, some people are going to listen to this who are leftists or feminists, and they're going to be very angry. Like, man, that what you're doing is you're encouraging a certain level of like gender roles. And I'm like, I'm not encouraging anything. That's just what what the statistics say. As much as that angers you, that a lot of women would prefer to do that.
Why?
Or particularly a lot more women than currently are doing that. And we go back to the average man making $39,000 a year. At $39,000 a year, she can't stay at home and be a mother. And that's the reason why, that's part of the reason why that's happening. Going back to what Justin was saying, the very proof, the battlefield of men competing with other men is that bottom third of men having zero sex. It's those men making less than 39,000. That means if the average is 39, that means there's a lot of men making 22,000.
They couldn't have a housewife.
Correct. So that's my point. We have to compete with each other. And so what happens is we have this stratification where there's this small group of men at the top. 83% of right swipes on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge go to the top 20% of men. That's such an outrageous number when you think about that. Yeah. That means the bottom 80% of men are competing for 17% of the women.
Wow.
So it's incredibly inequitable. So what does that mean? That means that we have a situation where that men are competing with other men. And in doing so, there's a bunch of men at the bottom who are getting nothing, surplus men, right? And then we have a bunch of women who are specifically saying, I would prefer to have a husband who is able to provide for me so that I could stay at home. 83%, just so you understand, 68.27% is one standard deviation. 1.5 would be about 84%. So that's 1.5 standard deviations. That's incredibly statistically significant for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's a description. Myron and Fresh, they have an interpretation. I don't even want to do the interpretation. I just want to present the math just to show you that's what women are wanting and they're not getting it.